If you thought Jigsaw was done after the first movie, think again. That's right, this week we're heading back to the twisted world of traps, tape recorders, and Tobin Bell with Saw 2, just in time for spooky season. Welcome to the No More Late Fees podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Jackie, and we're just two best friends and ex-Blockbuster employees rewatching some of the best and worst movies from the late 90s and early 2000s. 8 people, one house, and a whole lot of needles. This week we're covering 2005's Saw 2. But before we dive in, let's get into some housekeeping. We were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you love the podcast and you want to support us, here are a few ways that you can.
Well, you can buy us a coffee on Ko-fi. Every contribution helps us keep the blockbuster vibes alive. Visit us at ko-fi.com/no more late fees.
Hot takes, deep dives, and behind the scenes fun. Join our Patreon for exclusive bonus episodes and perks at patreon.com/no more late fees.
And if you're looking for a nostalgic Halloween costume, make sure you check out our collection on our Amazon store for curated picks from the 90s and 2000s. Just head to amazon.com/shop/no more late fees podcast.
And joining us is Danielle's cousin Brandon, returning after his debut on our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode to break down the sequel that made us all afraid of syringes forever. Hey, Brandon.
Welcome
What's up,
back.
guys? How's it going?
Good. Your first solo episode. You ready?
Yes.
I'm excited, yeah. Very excited.
If you want to get to know Brandon a little bit better, make sure to check out our Power Rangers episode and this week's bonus episode.
And Brandon loves horror, and he also
yeah.
has his own site with just fun horror pics, suggestions, fun facts. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I've been a huge horror fan for probably since I was like 10, so like 25 years. And I made a website over the past couple of years on terror.com. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, everything. I'm trying to get more people to watch better horror movies. That's the goal of the website. There's awesome movies out there that people haven't seen, and that's the goal of the site.
His goal is just to
Love
get
that.
me to watch a horror film.
Yeah.
Well, mission accomplished this week.
Yeah.
So, Danielle, tell us what Saw 2 is about.
I just want everyone to know this is our last Saw movie, y'all. Unless you pay us
Oh.
$50 to watch another one. When Detective Eric Matthews, no relation to Boy Meets World,
No.
finally catches Jigsaw, he thinks the nightmare is over until he learns 8 strangers, including his own son, are trapped in a house rigged with deadly games. As the group fights to survive, Matthews must play Jigsaw's twisted game before time runs out. The movie stars Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, Donnie Wahlberg, Dina Meyer, Frankie G, and Beverly Mitchell. It was directed by Darren Lynn Bousman. It was written by Darren Lynn Bousman and Lee Winnell. You can currently watch it on Prime and YouTube for rent. Before we start, let's get into our ratings rewind.
So, you know the drill. Before we get into the movie, we'll reveal the rating our Y2K versions of ourselves would give. And then at the end, we'll see if our current selves agree with our initial rating. Our scale consists of would buy it again,
The best would play on repeat,
5-day rental,
would watch again.
2-day rental,
Yeah, okay, but nothing to write home about.
and same-day rental.
Garbage. Straight up trash. It might be in the Saw house because it's so nasty. All right, Brandon, you're up.
I think I'd go with a 5-day rental. I feel like when I think about Saw, I think about the first movie and then this movie. So the first movie is like the best Saw in the franchise, but this one is one of my favorites for sure. I as like a hobby, I guess, for the past like 20 years, I've collected like movie ticket stubs. I haven't done it as much recently just because everything's digital, but I have like a box of like 100. So I went through all of them and I found a Saw 2 movie
Aw.
stub from when I saw it
Nice.
in the theater. So I don't know if you can see it with the camera. It's like kind of hard to read, but it's
Oh,
like,
Aw.
there it is.
yeah. So it was from November 2005. So I think I was like 14. So I've seen this
Yeah.
movie plenty of times since I was 14. I saw it in theater, so I'm a huge fan of
I'm sorry I didn't take you to see that one, bud.
it. Somebody did because I was like 15, so
Yeah.
someone took me to see it.
Yeah, your mom probably dropped you off and your friends went and snuck in. I don't
Yeah.
know. All right, Jackie.
Would buy it. I own this movie. Watched it a lot. Very much enjoyable.
Yeah.
Danielle.
Well, it's no surprise that I've never seen this movie
Of course.
and that I white knuckled, drag, screaming, and yelling to see this.
Oh.
So let's get into it. So, as we discussed in our Saw episode, that the first movie had a very low budget. This movie upped the budget a bit to 4 million because I think the original had like 1 million or 2 million dollars. Like it was
Mhm.
very low. And the worldwide gross for this was $152.9 million dollars, hence why we have so
Wow.
many of these goddamn movies.
Hmm.
That's a lot of cheddar. So we just also discussed this in the first movie that when we covered it, that after the success of Saw 1 in its opening weekend, they greenlit the sequel immediately. Like, let's
Nice.
go. Well, before we get into the cast and crew, let's hear a message from our pod pals.
So Tobin Bell reprised his role as Jigsaw from the first film, despite not being contractually obligated to return. He found it fascinating to return, but played the role like any of his, feeling the need to understand the character's perspective in order to portray him effectively.
Similar, yeah. Shawnee Smith returned to play Amanda Young, noting that she had not anticipated reprising this role because she didn't expect the first film to be successful. So she was like, okay, I'll come back. She received $150,000 for her performance with an additional $100,000 in a bonus contingent on the film grossing over $50 million. And so, she got it. Good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good
How
job.
many
That's
other
awesome.
movies is she in, Brandon? Like, is she in a whole bunch of other ones?
She's in the third one for sure, and I think she gets killed in the third one. And I think that's
Mm.
it. Unless they do like a
Spoiler alert.
flashback in like future ones. Well, it's been out for 20 years now, so if you haven't seen it by now. But yeah, unless she does like a flashback in future ones, but I think just the first three.
Yeah.
Sorry. Donnie Wahlberg was cast as Eric Matthews after expressing interest in both the character and the script.
I
Were you
just feel,
surprised to see Donnie Wahlberg show up in this movie,
you
Danielle?
know, I love
Yes.
me some NKOTB, but I just feel like the last 20, 30 years, he's just been playing the same cop from Blue Bloods.
Yep.
That's it. So I think this is his origin of being a cop on
I
screen.
thought he was perfect. He was perfect, like that typical Boston cop, just cracking heads.
Cracking heads and asking questions later.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, at only 16 years old, Eric Knudsen was cast as Eric's son, Daniel Matthews, and this was his first major feature film role. And he has stated multiple times that he's a huge fan of the first Saw film and the Scream franchise, which is funny because eventually, after this, he would go on to star in Scream 4 in 2011. So another horror king rises. And I was very, I used to watch Seventh Heaven. It was so bad, but to see Beverly Mitchell in this was kind of weird. I was like, but that's
Right?
odd. The rest of the Seventh Heaven cast, a lot of them were in other horror movies. Like you said earlier, Brandon, that what's her Jessica
Jessica,
Biel?
Jessica, Jessica Biel. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't see Beverly Mitchell for this, but it turns out that she actually pushed herself to try to be in this movie because she doesn't like horror films and she couldn't even watch the first movie. It
Well,
took her 5 tries before she could. So she accepted this role as a personal challenge, noting the physical demands of portraying a character who's being poisoned and frequently coughing.
Those were the
So,
demands.
yes.
can you cough?
And like,
Got
my
it.
feelings on Tom Cruise, but that man throws himself out of helicopters.
Hmm.
But we're going with coughing.
Hey, it's hard to be out of breath. First of all, the challenge for me would to be on a set that looked that dirty, and
Yeah.
I'd have to tell myself it's not real dirt. It's
I
not real dirt.
I had the thought that I don't want to look or feel that sweaty for an entire shoot.
Yes, imagine how smelly that set was.
Oh, like they
Oh,
were glistening, and I'm like, I don't like
I'm sure
it.
they put oil on them too to make it look like they were sweating, but
Oh, no, thank you.
yeah. Because at first I kept forgetting that they were poisoned. So I was like, what the fuck's wrong with her? Why she
It's kind of
why
hard.
is she like moving around so like
and she
bitch?
was like the worst one too. She's the one
Yeah.
that was like having seizures and like she was
Yeah.
the
Right.
like sleeping for half the movie. Like,
Like,
wake up,
why did
woman.
it affect her way worse than the rest of them?
I don't know,
I don't think
man.
they even ever said. She just overacting. Keep it in it. Keep it in
She was
there.
just sliding down into corners. They would move her from room to room, and she would just like, immediately slide down and sit in a corner.
And the actress Emmanuel Vagier, I think is her name. She played Addison. I I could not get it out of my head. She's been on a million teen shows, right? She used to be on One Tree Hill. She also was like always like a bad person, like a villain in in that show. So seeing her on this, I was like, this dumb bitch again. And it's not the actor, like, God bless her. It's just because she does a good job being a bad person.
Was she the
But
one in the scene behind you?
With the
yes,
hands.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed her being this stupid. Hmm. Who else do we got?
Lyric Bent initially auditioned for the role of Javier Chavez or Xavier.
Xavier, I think.
Yeah. I had a Javier and he spelled his name like that.
Oh, maybe. I don't
I,
know.
I don't know. But was cast instead as Daniel Rigg. According to Bent, the change was made to avoid the stereotype of casting an African American actor as a drug dealer. The role of Xavier. The role of Xavier was ultimately given to Frankie G, though Bent later remarked that casting a Puerto Rican actor in the part was also stereotypical.
Yes, it really was.
Facts.
Which is funny because originally the role of Xavier Javier, not sure, was supposed to be played by Henry Rollins, but he had scheduling conflicts, so they replaced him with Frankie G. Who is Frankie G? Am I wrong for saying I didn't know? Like when I saw him, he looked like he's somebody, but I don't recall. I couldn't
Let
place him.
let's
And they're
see.
saying his name as if he's like
We
somebody.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know who he is, Brandon?
I had no clue, but
Is he like a rapper
I
or
thought he was
something?
awesome though.
I thought he was
Um,
a horrible actor. Like,
I said
not that
that
anybody was acting
right.
great in this film.
I think for his role, he was perfect. This big brute guy who's
Yeah.
just trying to muscle through everything. Like, forget all of the directions. I'm just
Yeah.
going to punch my way through through
Don't
this
open
house.
that door. It's rigged.
I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then when he's like, "Oh, everybody's got numbers on their necks," I'm cutting that shit. I'm like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
Because I had walked away for a second, and all I hear him tell the man is turn around. I was like, is he about to
right.
bend this man over? What's happening? I've only been gone for a few minutes.
I thought
Um,
he was excellent.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yeah, got that
Um,
swagger.
First came onto the scene with the independent award-winning film Manito,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been in stuff since, but not much before. I think the only thing
Is he a rapper or a singer or something? I feel like it just like got
no,
him nothing else.
No.
he was
Oh,
Wrench in the Italian Job. That's the only other movie like I would know
ah,
he was.
we did that movie.
We did.
Maybe that's why it was familiar. I don't know. I just telling you I got vibes and I've seen them before. All right. Anywho, moving on. Let's start this wonderful movie.
Yes.
Sure. Hold on, I have to
Where
take
do
a
we
sip of water.
start? We start with Wahlberg, right? With his son getting arrested.
Yep.
No, before that, it's always a cold open of like a seemingly unrelated.
Oh, the guy with the
The like
eye
Yeah,
being
initial
cut
track.
out. Yeah.
yeah. So this man, Michael, wakes up with like a spiked metal death mask locked around his neck. He sees a videotape of Jigsaw saying that the key is behind your eyeball, bro. All
The
you gotta
other
do
eyeball.
is cut it out, and
So
then you're
he has
home
no
free.
eyeballs.
No, it was behind the one
Well,
that
he was
was,
Oh, that was already taken
yeah.
out.
right.
Okay. I'm not digging around. Like I would have passed out. If I woke up, let's just imagine. I wake up from God knows what else I was doing, a regular day, and I got a motherfucking cage. I get mad if I think I chipped a tooth or any kind of imperfection that I think might be perfect permanent. My eye is gone? No way, man. And you want me to dig around in
I mean,
there?
you don't have your eyeball doesn't have pain receptors, right?
I don't fuck it. It's mental, girl. Hence why Jigsaw did it. Cause what you mean I ain't got my eyeball?
That's why I'm saying I will survive a trap that I don't have to do anything to myself with.
He wants me to dig around in the crevices of where
I
my
mean,
eyeball
I
was,
mean,
Jackie.
to be fair, his eyeball was already gone. So it's not like you're going into your pre-existing eye. It's
Yep.
already
You
been
just have to
taken
Every
open the
out.
wound.
Right,
everybody's trauma
exactly.
responses are different. And that is immediate trauma. Like some people can just go like they think and they don't they're
Right.
not thinking, they just go and they do it and then they like go, holy shit. I think I might be like too caught up on my eye is gone.
hmm
I'm
Um,
not.
Well,
One Kennifer Marie, he cut his leg with a grinder once. When I tell you it looked like a vagina on his leg,
ugh,
and he was mad that Eric made him go to the ER. He's like, I can just stitch it up at home for free.
for free.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not so much concerned about like stitching yourself up is fucking weird when you have like medical people that can do it for you. I'm more
Right.
concerned about all the shit that's going to be like the debris, and you need to be on antibiotics and have it cleaned
Infection.
out. Yeah, I'm like, no, sir. But for a couple years afterwards, he's like, if someone could get me a home suture kit as a Christmas gift, uh, you can talk to him about it next time you see him.
See,
Oh my
part of
goodness.
me thinks that if the world is ending, I want to be with you guys to
Right.
survive. But the other part of me is like, I would never survive it because Ken would be pushing the limits with a bitch. What do you
I
mean? Like, I get a cut and I'm already like, I don't know what to do. And he's talking about, we don't need doctors, we
yeah.
don't need medicine.
Yeah,
I got
in
it.
not in a world where that is easily accessible. Yeah, I told the salty flowers because they're all like, no, I'm just laying over and dying. Like if the revolution
Right.
happens, like I'm out. I was like, no, because I need y'all to survive out of spite, like I'm gonna do. And I'm like, so I joke with them that I'm just gonna hide them in a cave and paint them like PETA, where they just look like rocks and they can just lay there and I will like fend for them and protect them.
I
No.
love that.
I'm gonna have my arms open and it's rapture time.
Nope.
Take me to the Lord. I am not. I
Nope.
was not put on this earth at this time period in life to go through any of that shit. You've got to be
You
fucking
are
kidding me.
surviving, Danielle, if I have to force feed you
Right.
and take care of you
I
like a
am
little
going to,
baby.
I'm going to spread out an array of drugs and say, let's do it. If I survive taking said drugs, then okay, I'll try. But I'm
Dang.
not surviving.
I'm not going to your house if the apocalypse comes.
Brandon, you can come to
Yeah,
our house. We're
that is
surviving
the
at our
plan.
house.
That is the plan. I want to go with the guy who's gonna sew me up if I get
But he's
messed
that's the
up.
thing, Brandon. He's not sewing you up.
He is
Ken is
sewing
not
you up.
Ken is not sewing you up properly. That like is Ken gonna clean the wound?
I mean,
Whiskey. You just pour the
yeah,
whiskey on it,
I was just gonna say
See?
bottle of vodka.
See?
yeah, like how the movies do it, right? Is that
Yeah,
how you do it?
removing his own bullets and shit.
The funny thing is,
Yeah.
I know I say all this crazy stuff like I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. I actually do think I have the skills to be like I probably because I don't think I would be squeamish about blood.
Hmm.
I could probably sew up somebody's skin because I had all those science classes and we were dissecting all the
Yeah,
animals and stuff, like I was playing in the brain and I was fine with it.
that's how
Like,
you.
yeah,
Like that?
I was like with the eye, like I didn't get
Yeah.
grossed out by that
Yeah.
stuff. And like I probably am more on the Christine side of being a little bit of a psycho killer. Once my mom knew that I didn't have a problem cutting meat and cutting the chicken and cleaning it, she let me do it because she hates it. I love it. Like I don't have a problem with it. Like some people think it's gross. I'm like, I love
So
watching
you
Nana saw through the bones and stuff when she's like cutting them apart. Yeah.
so you couldn't get a key out of your eye socket?
Now, when it comes to like cutting someone else is different than digging in my own eye. That's me.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
precious.
That is
Well,
like a
and
real psychopath.
you were also similar to Michael and very dead because Michael could not do it either. And it was
Yeah.
like there was this like little box just out of reach. So when he went to reach for the box where the scalpel was, it set off a timer on his head trap. And so he only had like 60 seconds. It was a very short period of
Yeah.
time to
To
cut
get the
out that
scalp, why
key.
why couldn't he get it from with his finger? He needed the scalpel though. Why?
I
It
feel
was
like
like
he
sewn
could
shut or
have.
something.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
Lord.
you try hard
Ugh.
enough.
Yeah. He didn't even try really. He's like he
No.
saw it, he's like, oh well. It is what it is. And he got a nice like nail sandwich, right? Just
Yes.
onto his dome, which is a worse way to go than like a
Yeah, because I feel like you could probably survive that still.
for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and that's painful.
Better than fucking burning alive.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking don't know. All of it's horrible.
Talking about
Can
Saw is not easy.
can Jigsaw give me the drugs? Can I just be doing
Drugs.
lines of coke? Like, I think that's woo, scary,
No,
like
because that's punishing your body. The, like he's trying to get you to respect your body.
Right.
look, there are different chemicals that we produce in our body that literally, if you look at the structure of them, mimic the drugs that we take. So if
Mhm.
it's already in our brain, like, is it really a problem? Just asking real questions here. Jigsaw, you're a little too hard.
Well, now we meet Detective Eric Matthews. Again, no relation to Boy Meets World. He's struggling with his estranged son, Daniel, and he's called to this crime scene.
The way he talks to his son when his son says that he wants to go back to his mom was so out of pocket and like the worst acting ever. Like, it wasn't necessary.
So go then. Like that's
Be
right in his
gone,
face.
wannabe.
Right. The kid's like, fine, that's what I wanted
I'm
to do. That's
going.
what. That's right.
And when he gets called to the scene and we meet, was it Allison? Dina, my girl, love her. Why does her hair look like that though? And was I the only one who's like, what's going on with this hair?
No, well, yes, sorry. Yes, you were the only one because I found nothing wrong with it. It
You
was.
did, it was not fine. That's you know what she gave Uma Thurman or Michelle Pfeiffer before they had their transformations in the Batman movies. That's what it was giving to me. Like, why does your hair look like this?
Because she's like a hard-boiled detective. She doesn't have time for
Girl, pull it
maintenance.
back then, because you don't need to you don't need to be out. It's
She's trying to
bad.
close cases, not do her hair.
She need to close a comb through that hair.
Hey. To be fair, she did wear a hat for like most of the movie, like a police hat,
It gets
FBI or
better
something on it.
when she pulls it back, but when like I'm gonna show you
Danielle,
this picture real
$4
quick.
million. We didn't have a hair budget.
Girl, you think I'm gonna be on a movie and let my hair look like that?
Did you see what's her face's Amanda's hair in this movie?
Man, I didn't get there yet, but
Poor
yes, hot
Shawnee
mess.
Smith. There was no hair budget.
Oh,
You know, I don't know why it bothers me so, but it it looks like I'm about to become a villain. Hair. She pulls it back and she wears a hat later, but in the beginning, I was like, "What's going on?" It just threw me off. Okay, moving on. Continue.
Well, so at this crime scene, there's a message for Eric Matthews that says, I just looked it up and I already forgot what it says. It says, "Look closer, Detective Matthews," written on the ceiling. So now he's like, I've been called here for a reason. And he's trying to figure out what's going on. And then what happened? Oh, and then he looks to see there's like this little brass emblem on the manufacturer of the said
hmm
head thing. And so he's like, that's where we got to go. And so now we're heading over to that manufacturing location.
I mean, the fact that he didn't care that a serial killer wrote his name at a crime
Yeah,
scene,
he's just like,
he was like, yeah,
okay,
whatever.
I'm looking closer.
He
Here we
went home and
go.
went to bed like nothing happened, and then he
Yeah.
had the like dream where he saw the little thing. Yeah.
Whatever
I still
floats your boat.
I still don't understand what I watched, but I'm hoping as we're going through this episode, I'm really hoping you two will fill in some blanks for
If a
me.
serial killer writes my name at a crime scene, I'm trying to crack the case wide open.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Right.
need to know if I'm safe or not,
He was
Yeah,
which
like
like,
he
"Oh,
clearly
it's
wasn't.
not the first time as somebody like it's not like, oh, this is just an average day for you, homie." Okay.
so now the police track Jigsaw to an abandoned warehouse. He has that fucking booby trap too. Crack.
Yep.
Did you like to hear the bones crack when the cop's legs
Ugh,
got shattered?
I
that was
rewound
excellent.
that.
And then
You
Of
know,
course.
I love that. I was like, oh, was that a bone? Yeah. Let's rewind that back real quick.
That's why you like to watch Nana saw the chicken bones.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then we meet John Kramer. They don't know it at this time that he's Jigsaw. He's waiting. He's frail from cancer. And he just asked the detective to sit with him for a while. And the detective's like, I got things to do.
He's
You're,
like, I don't have time.
yeah.
He's like, that's not, you asked me what I wanted, and I said for you to sit with me. I didn't ask if you had time or not. You asked me what I wanted. I'm telling you.
So at the same time, we start to see 8 people are waking up in this booby trap house. They are notified by like a little tape recorder that there's a poisonous gas being leaked into the house, and they have 2 hours before they're dead, and they have to try and figure out how to get out.
It's really interesting how quickly some people go from 0 to 10 in this situation.
Yep.
Like Kenny G, whatever his name is.
Frankie
Um,
G.
Frankie G.
Kenny
Kenny
G.
G.
I wish it was Kenny G in this movie.
Just a little
Xavier.
saxophone as we go room to
Yeah.
room.
Xavier or Javier, whatever. He's like wilding from jump. And
Yep.
when we see Amanda, that's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you're right. That hair, as soon as I said, what the fuck going on with her hair? That hair was wild. And it's like already she knows way more than she's letting
Mm-hmm.
on because
Right.
she's the one who found the tape recorder and starts. And I like that someone clocked her immediately, like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the first man dead immediately. He like, does he try to open the door? He looks
Yeah.
through the
He looks through the
peephole
little peephole.
and tries to open the door. Gunshot to the face. And so now we know Jigsaw means business.
Yep. Because Kenny G put the key in it, and he's like, the note said one sentence, don't put the key into the door. He's like, I'm putting the key into the door.
Kenny G was, I think Kenny G is like just ODD. He's just oppositional defiance
Yeah.
disorder. Whatever you say, I'm going to do the complete fucking opposite.
I love that we're just calling him Kenny G.
That's
Yes.
it. Going forward, that's it.
So now
One's
the
down.
one's
Yep.
down, and then we
Immediately.
we quickly learn it by the little tape, right? That
That they have
Obi
something
was
in
the
common.
one that kidnapped everyone and put them there.
Yes.
Right.
And somehow we learned that they all have something in common and they don't
Mhm.
know what it is yet.
And so he is told that there's an antidote in the furnace, one for him and one for someone else. But you have to go in and get them. Well, he goes in and the furnace immediately kicks on. And there is a little caricature of a devil pointing to like a little
Valve.
valve. So he does have an opportunity to save himself by turning off the gas, but he's in such a panic that he's literally in a lit furnace that
Mm.
panic consumes him. He does grab the antidotes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He grabs them first before the gas starts to go. And I think what actually sets it off is were there three syringes in there? I don't
I
know.
think
Like it
he
must have
like
been the
pulled the first.
second. Yeah,
Yeah.
it must have been the second one.
Oh, yes. It says there's an antidote for you, and then there's an antidote for someone else, but there will be a price to pay.
Hmm.
So when he tries to grab the second one, that's when the gas starts going up. But it's not even him burning alive and trying to like like everybody around like it's everybody around him how they react. First of all, Amanda is just like in the corner like she's
Let it
like
burn. Let
Right.
it burn.
she's just like, well, it is what it is. And then
Yep.
what is her name? Laura is like in the like it's just come on, people.
Yeah. Like
Let's get it
if you're
together.
just gonna lay down and die, just like lay down in the first room and die. Why are they
Right.
dragging you from room to room?
Yeah. It was just a little bit much. So yeah, the guys do try to get him out and he's almost kind of out, but it's a wrap. He's done.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
charred
It's like
crisp.
a little tiny square that he has to try to fit through. And he
Yeah.
gets like one arm out. He's like, help! And then yeah.
Nah.
I would have been super cautious before even like going in there. I would
Yes.
have tried to scope it out, try to look and see what the hell was going on. There's no way. I'm already claustrophobic as it is.
Yeah.
So
Like, is there
there.
a grabber? Is there like a
Right.
broomstick? I can like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And that's the thing with Jigsaw. I think that's what's so intriguing about these movies is Jigsaw always gives you an out. It might have some sort of sacrifice, but at the same time, like Obi, if he had just not grabbed that second syringe, he would have been free and clear
Yeah.
and been able to walk away because he did Jigsaw a favor by kidnapping everyone.
Yep.
So you lose your calm, and then shit goes south real quick.
I would have taken it, stabbed myself, gotten out, run away from Kenny G because he would have been roiding the fuck
Right.
out.
Yep.
And I'd have been like, if you guys want that second one, y'all go in and get it. And I would
Yep.
have tried to figure out how to get the fuck out of this
Yeah,
house.
because they're all going to be fighting over one another trying to get
Yeah.
the second one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, deuces, I'm out.
So I guess maybe he was trying to be nice, but just the way Obi's personality was, I could feel like he would have tried to do something nasty to try to get Hugo and
Yeah.
get the second syringe.
He was just trying to take everything. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, whatever's in here, I'm taking it. So he was pulling
Yeah.
everything.
So
We
yeah, he's
also
burnt to a
see
crisp.
it's intercut between like the police at headquarters who, Brandon, remind me, do they think they're watching
A
the
live feed.
house?
Yeah, yeah. They're
Okay.
thinking that the whole time to the
Okay.
last, Yeah.
And then Eric Matthews is still talking to Jigsaw and like trying to figure shit out. And then that's when Jigsaw reveals that, or no, Eric Matthews sees that one of the people in the room that they're surveilling, that they have surveillance on, looks like his son. And so Jigsaw
Right.
confirms that. And now like stakes have,
Now he gives a fuck that his
yeah,
name was
Right.
at a crime scene.
Exactly.
yeah,
And that was like Jigsaw's lesson is that like you don't care until someone that you love is like involved.
Yeah, you're not paying
exactly.
attention to the
Right.
facts and you're arresting all these people.
And
Right.
planting evidence on them to convict
Yeah.
them. Yeah. So Eric Matthews, not a stand up fella. I think his son was right to go live with his mom.
Yeah. But is becoming a criminal.
Yeah.
Right.
So the next room is the part I had to fast forward because I don't like fish hooks, I don't like needles, and so that hypodermic pit 20 years later still
Hmm.
fucking lives rent free in the noggin, and I just couldn't watch
I
it.
didn't see it.
Oh man.
I didn't fast
That's
forward.
like the
I
best
just had
scene.
I had the sound because I have that thing with the phobia with like
Mhm.
small holes. Can't do it. So I just let it play in the background until I felt like they were out of there. Because I was like, you ain't gonna get me. No, man.
And there's a key in this pit, but it's full of needles. And so Kenny G just picks Amanda up and throws her in the
Yeah.
pit.
Ugh.
And so, like, she's screaming. People are trying to help her out. She gets out. She's having to pull all of these needles out of her arms and like it's just, oh.
Yeah.
Out of
I
everything
saw.
in this movie, that is like the one thing I can't watch, which is very survivable as long as the
Right.
needles aren't contaminated with something. And like there could have been a strategy to kind of scoop the needles out and look for the key. Although they did only have 3 minutes because Kenny G busted through the door and started the timer on the safe.
And I
Kool-Aid.
I believe they got the key, but they still it wasn't enough time anyway. After all that, they still couldn't get out.
Pissed. If
Yeah.
I was thrown into a pit of needles, still managed to find this fucking key, and we ran out of time,
Right.
no.
And she was good after that. After the rest of the movie, she was like, that didn't happen. He
Yeah.
wasn't just stabbed by 100 needles.
Yeah. And like, spoiler alert, she is in on the whole thing. So I'm like, oh, she probably didn't even see that coming that she
No.
was going to be
She
the one thrown
deserved
into
it.
the needle pit.
For real.
Woof.
Yeah. And I really feel like that's what makes this movie so like effective is that it's like a low budget. So when you see all the other Saw movies, the traps are absolutely insane with like
Mhm.
ice and twisting arms and like this one they really it's like fire, it's needles and it's like blades. It's
Yeah.
nothing too crazy, but it's stuff that's like a typical phobia. Like you guys couldn't watch it. and it's not even that crazy. It's like a typical phobia people have of burning alive or needles and whatever sharp objects. So
Yeah.
it's really effective.
Remind me the third one. Okay, was there a trap where someone was pierced with some sort of pole and it was like going through the artery where someone else would bleed out, but it was a
Yeah.
superficial
Is
wound for
either
them?
is either three or four where it was like a couple that were like kind of back to back,
Yes.
and it was going through at different angles, and they have to pull it out, and obviously if you pull it out, it's in this guy's neck, but it's in her like arm, so it's gonna kill him if you pull it out. Like yeah, like future movies, they amped it up to an insane level.
Yeah. That was the last one I saw was that one,
Okay. Yeah,
which
I
I'm
think that's
now may
probably
need to
four or three. I don't know.
rewatch.
They all get mixed together, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's a big clusterfuck of just like who's Jigsaw again? Like you
Yeah.
guys are like
Because sometimes it's the little puppet, sometimes it's the
right.
pig head, and then sometimes it's just Jigsaw or Amanda. Like there's
And there's a
all,
hundred callbacks.
yeah,
It's like constant callbacks. It's like, oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, even looking up Kenny G's IMDb, it's like he's credited in quite a few other Saw movies as like a flashback scene.
Right.
So, yeah, now Kenny G losing his fucking marbles. He has noticed that there are numbers on the back of everyone's necks. So that is what he is going after. Like that is his main anyone that gets in his way, he doesn't mind taking him out. Like that's what we're doing. It's around this time that Beverly Mitchell doesn't feel so well and she's just convulsing on the floor and dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But first, she says X marks the spot, and then it's
Final
a
words, like a freaking pirate.
yeah. I'm like, well, at least you were somewhat useful for a few seconds, and it's a picture frame where the glass is broken in an X, and then it's a picture of Eric Matthews and his son, and then on the back, if they can't already tell that that is father and son, it's written father and son on the back of the picture.
Oh, that part took me out where it was like, how dumb do they think we are?
Yeah.
Where they literally, there's like three words, father and son on the back
Yes.
and big Sharpie letters. Like, oh man, like this movie is just spoon feeding it to us. Like,
And then
oh,
at this point, Amanda starts trying to protect Daniel from all the things and get him out as quickly as possible. Let's see.
oh, and he also drops the photo for some reason. He has the photo and he drops it, and then Kenny
Yes.
G finds it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna." Now he's even more like roided up, and
But
like
he
he's
does
ready to
this
go.
after he killed that man.
Yes.
Yeah, he got
When
into a
I
fight with
heard
that
the
dude kicked his ass.
like, how did Kenny G figure out there was numbers behind on everybody's neck?
He went back to the first room and he saw the guy that died in the first 2 seconds of the movie. He had like a premonition where he was like, the thoughts are in the back of your head. It's actually the back of your neck, not the back of your head, but
Mm.
whatever. And that's when he's like, oh yeah, I figured it out, which is like even if
Well,
you knew what the numbers were, you don't know what order they're in. So even if you knew all the numbers, how do you know what order to even
they
put
were all
them in?
different colors. I wonder if it was like a Roy G. Biv situation. See, I'm going to survive because using
You
the
would
old
know the order.
noodle here.
I would be guessing 842, 248. I don't
But
know.
my question is like, he's not writing these numbers down. He's very obviously full of adrenaline, probably full of roids. How are we remembering? Because to my knowledge, he doesn't cut the number off of anyone's neck except his
No.
own.
Right. Yeah,
So
so he
I'm just like, does he have a photographic memory? Because in the
right.
panic, like, you're not going to remember. And it's not just like 1, 5. It's like double digit numbers.
Double digits, yeah.
Yeah.
It is not easy to remember at all.
Yeah.
And then you remember the colors and you gotta remember
Right?
everything. Yeah. Forget about it.
So, yeah. So now Xavier is hunting down Daniel and Amanda because he needs all these numbers off of everyone's necks. In the meantime, Homegirl walks into a room and there's a suspended glass cage with a syringe seemingly like glued down to it. And so when she puts her one hand up, it like creates a almost like a Chinese finger trap where you can't get your hand back out and it starts to slice the shit out of her hand. At the same time, she tries to grab the syringe. It is upside down, so she just loses all of the antidote anyway.
Yeah.
And then instead of Brandon, to your point, instead of just holding the flaps open so she could get her hand back out, she puts her other hand in the other hole, and so now she's just completely
And
trapped.
she won't stop screaming. Yo,
Yeah.
when I tell
I
you
know.
this scene behind me pissed me the F off because, bitch, what, like, who just puts their hands in things?
Both hands.
There's a bunch of traps. You see this is a trap. Why not take the time to assess? And I know there's gas. But like, does it make you the stupidest version of yourself? I don't know.
Like
Because I
even
was
in the
getting pissed.
even in like the picture behind you, like there's all sorts of trash and crap around. Like take a book, like make a little like shove something up there to get it
Right.
open and protected, and then assess, hey, this syringe is upside down. I need to make sure to grab the plunger when I grab the syringe so all the fucking poisoned antidote doesn't fall out.
I know. I can forgive like you're dying, the gas is getting into your body and you're maybe not thinking right. And I can forgive the first hand. First hand goes in there,
Yeah.
you were desperate enough, whatever. Oops, I messed up. Second hand and the other one, I don't know. Maybe you do deserve to be killed off in this
It's
movie
oops, I
after
did it
that one.
again the second
Right.
time.
No way. No way.
We just
And
have
the
a
incident with
TikTok where it's as soon as she puts the other hand in, it's just like, oops, I did it again.
oh
Exactly.
Well, now Daniel and Amanda are being hunted. They get to, is it just, how do they get into the bathroom? Like,
they go through the trap door that's like in the first room.
that's
Like the
right.
Kenny G's chasing them and they're holding the door shut and then Amanda knows how to get out. She's like, there's a trap door over here, and then they put the baseball bat like they like wedge it in between the floor and the door so Kenny G can't come in, and then they open the trap door and follow the hallway down.
That's right. And so then they end up, which is super cool callback to the
Oh
first
yeah.
movie. They end up in the bathroom from the first movie. We see Homeboy dead in the corner. We see other Homeboy's foot he's sawed off in
Nobody
the
cleaned
other.
it up.
I'm
Nope.
just
It's
really
been
trying to figure out how much the bodies had deteriorated to see how much time had gone by. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's not a normal thought, is it?
it's not at all. That
Those
looks like two
forensic
years.
skills.
That looks. Oh,
I was
So
like, well,
at the same time, Eric Matthews is like forcing Jigsaw to tell him where his son is. So now he's on his way to the location along with the rest of the police force, right?
but he like beats him up first. He beats the shit out of him.
That's right.
He like goes full like dirty cop mode, and he's just like beating up this cancer patient just to death. And he puts a gun in his mouth, and he's like, "Tell me where to go." And then yeah,
And so they get to the warehouse where all of this is taking place, and then they see a whole bank of monitors that don't match the feeds they've been watching, and there's just dead bodies everywhere, and they're like, fuck. Whoopsie. So now we are in the bathroom with Amanda and Daniel, and they're like, Amanda kind of points out to Kenny G, like, hey, unless you keep one of us alive, who's going to tell you what number's on the back of my neck, on the back of your neck? And he's like, hold my beer. And then
Yeah.
just Bowie knives a huge fucking chunk of
Ugh.
skin.
It's
Yes.
just ridiculous at this point.
He he cuts it off and then puts it in his pocket. Like like it's a fortune cookie paper. He just like, oh, I'll need this later, and just shoves it into his pocket. Like he memorized the rest of the numbers for everybody else, but his own number, I gotta save this one for later. He could have thrown it across the room, like, yeah, whatever.
This souvenir from when I get out of here.
Like, oh, I'm not gonna remember. I need to put it in my
A
pocket.
snack
Like,
for
oh,
later.
dude, no.
Chicharrones.
And he didn't even think twice. Like he tried, like he grabs a knife as if he could like look behind him. He's trying to like use the
Yeah.
knife to see behind his neck. Gives up immediately, and he's just like, "Oh, I gotta cut it off.
Which,
Just full fillet it off of my neck."
All
yeah.
he had to do was have that bitch tell him what it was. Like
Yeah.
Right.
he
Because she
you
wanted to live. Like, you could have threatened her life, and eventually she's going to tell you what it is, probably.
honestly, I just feel like he was on some other drugs too.
Yeah.
There
The
ain't
bath
no way.
salts got him.
The
Yes.
whole movie, he was just on one.
Yes.
Oh.
Bath salts, exactly.
At the same time, Eric Matthews walks into the bathroom and somehow gets shackled to Amanda, right?
No, the son, what is his name again?
Daniel.
Daniel Matthews. Yeah, Daniel Matthews. He's like dying from the gas, and he's like playing dead. He's like playing possum,
That's right.
and he's just like sleeping. And then Kenny G comes rushing in, and he grabs the saw from
Yes.
Saw One, and it
And
just like
slices
slices
his
across him.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh wow, he used the Saw One saw in Saw Two to kill him, and then it's like, oh shit. It's just like it's like a twist fucking machine gun that they're just like
Yeah.
just call back and call back and call back, and it's like, oh God, wow.
Mm-mm.
And then at that point, it is revealed later after we know Amanda is working for Jigsaw. She puts Daniel in the safe with oxygen. So he is safe, but they have lured Eric Matthews in and have now chained him in the bathroom. And then Amanda reveals she has to do her little monologue of like why they were all there and why and Eric Matthews had arrested her too and planted evidence on her. And so this is her invoking her revenge, but also explaining that Jigsaw was the one who saved her. And so she will do whatever Jigsaw says because now he is her papa.
Not Papa.
Another twist. It's just like
Twist on twist.
right. It's like, oh, Saw One, we'll give you one twist. It's a crazy one. This
Yeah.
one, they're like, we're gonna give you like 20 twists. There's gonna be brace yourself.
The twists keep coming and they don't stop coming.
Oh my God.
And unless I missed anything, that is Saw 2.
Yeah, and
That's
then she does the same game over as in the first one. Like in the first one, Tobin Bell wakes up and he's like game over, and then she does it in much less dramatic fashion, but she also like game overs it, and then it like rolls credits after that. Yeah.
Nice.
But I also actually read that the room that they were in from Saw 1, they had to recreate it
Oh,
because they
yeah.
didn't have the original one. So they had to recreate it all over again just for that last whatever 5 minutes of the film.
wow.
Okay. Well, I made
Saw.
it, y'all.
You did
We
it.
did
You
it.
don't ever have to watch another Saw movie again.
I
Saw
did
3, Saw
it.
3.
Brandon, have
Uh,
you seen Escape Room?
I have not seen it.
It's kind of similar. It's very enjoyable.
I'll
I
check it
highly
out.
enjoyed it.
I saw on the episode you guys did for Saw 1, you mentioned Cube, and
Mhm.
Cube is like a great Saw sort of
We did
Yes.
that one
Saw-esque
too.
movie. Yeah, that's a super fun one.
Yeah, it's a ton of
It
fun.
was manageable for me.
Yeah.
You just had angry man the whole time.
Yeah, he
We gotta
was
do
raging for real.
Put him and Kenny G in a room together.
Right. Like, y'all need to chill the fuck out. Like, it's not that serious at all.
Well,
you gotta
what
do
else do
a
we have for fun facts?
Fun facts. Let's see.
I have an interesting one. I don't know if you guys
Okay,
already have
yeah.
it like
Go
written,
ahead.
but I was watching like a video about the making of it. And in the scene where it's the needles that are in the like pit, they used real needles when they were
Mm.
just filming like the B-roll of it. And
Hmm.
then when they threw Amanda into it, they put fake needles in it, obviously. But when they were filming it, they didn't take out all of the needles, so then they weren't sure which ones were the real ones or the fake ones. So they had to retake out all of the fake ones just to be sure that there
Jesus.
were no real ones in it. So they had 100 or hundreds of real ones in there, hundreds of fake ones in there, trying to like decipher what was what. Obviously, they ended up making it safe at the end of it, but that scene was like a mess of just trying to put it together.
And there were approximately 120,000 syringes in
There you
the
go.
needle pit
What a
trap.
Jeez.
wasteful thing.
Oof.
So we know that the first movie we had James Wan, this and Lee Winnell. They were both doing the first movie. But when it came time to do Saw 2, they were actually occupied with Dead Silence. So
Mm,
the producers started searching for another writer and director. And around this time, there was a music director named Darren Lynn Bousman who had written this script called The Desperate. The studios ended up rejecting it because it was too similar to Saw. A German studio, however, offered to produce it for $1 million. But before that could move forward, the cinematographer, David A. Armstrong from Saw, suggested that Boseman's script should be what Saw 2 could be. Like he gave it to the producer, Greg Hoffman. And so Hoffman contacted Boseman and said, you know what, we're interested in producing this. And he was impressed by the script. They were initially concerned about the accusations of plagiarism. So they were like, we really think this could fit into the Saw world. So it's not like a problem. So within about 2 months, they were able to bring it to Toronto to direct the sequel. And this actually was the final movie produced by Hoffman. He unfortunately passed away December 4th, 2005, shortly after the movie release. So that's cool.
And so what Lee Winnell did was he revised Boseman's script with input from Wan to integrate it into the Saw universe while retaining the characters, traps, and deaths from the Desperate. So it must have been super fucking similar to Saw.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just took scenes from
Yeah.
it.
And Boseman, he gave the actors freedom to change the dialogue in the script. And he said that like 95% of the time the actors went by the script, but about 5% were like ad libs. And I think the funny thing is, I think that scene where I was saying that Wahlberg was being kind of ridiculous, screaming at his son, I think that was ad lib.
Well, go then.
He said it was something he would have he had said to his son or would do with his son. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Well, and
Typical.
Yeah.
Xavier's retort to Addison was improvised each take and got progressively more vulgar. The crew picked the line, "The only door you know how to open," thinking it was most clever and funny.
And I was thinking, damn, you don't know me, homie. You already
Yeah.
talking about me opening my legs? Like,
All right.
yo. It really did set the stage of what an asshole he was. That's
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
sure.
Because it only spiraled from there.
Yeah.
That's a nice pun to the spiral.
Apparently, Shawnee Smith was pregnant during filming, but she kept it a secret from everyone, and she pretty much almost got away with it. until her daughter gave away the secret one day during lunch, but only to the director. So he was the only one who knew. I don't know why you would hide that.
Yeah,
Like for safety reasons, I'm thinking people should know. Like maybe she thought they would tell her to
fire her.
leave, but
Yeah.
she could sue because that's discrimination.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lionsgate held the second annual Give Till It Hurts blood drive for the Red Cross and collected a total of 10,154 pints of blood in 10 states.
That's like a
Wow.
really smart
Right?
campaign. Like I could see they should do that every Saw movie because
Yeah.
it's so bloody and be like, we need more blood.
Yeah.
Not that they're
Oh,
using
wow.
real blood.
Yeah. This is a pretty interesting one. To conceal the ending, most of the actors were not given the last 25 pages of the script. Only the principal actors involved in the sequel knew, which a lot of movies do that,
Yeah.
where they wanted that to be like a genuine acting, not as if you know who this character is for the entire movie. So that
Yeah.
is that is super cool.
I like that. The whole film was shot in one building. Easy
And
to
in
do.
25 days.
25
That's
days is impressive.
crazy.
It
Yeah.
is.
The first
Especially
Uh,
with
one was
all
was,
of
was also
the,
fast.
yeah,
yeah.
especially with all the people involved. Like, I get, like, the original Saw was able to shoot pretty quickly because it's all one room with three people for the most
Mm,
part.
Mhm.
And then Danny Glover.
yeah.
Somehow.
What's crazy is that like we talked about how much money this made in the box office, but the DVD went crazy too. In the first week of DVD release, it sold over 3 million units, making it Lionsgate's fastest selling DVD.
Wow.
I bought it. I was there. The original teaser poster, which depicted two bloody severed fingers forming the Roman numeral 2, was rejected by the MPAA. Although the poster had briefly been released and circulated, the MPAA stated that it is not approved and deemed unacceptable, prompting Lionsgate to remove it from their websites. The image was used instead for the film's soundtrack cover.
It's so funny because like that's how I remember the
Mm.
movie. So I'm like, it must have got spread pretty fast. But I'm wondering if they later on it was approved because I swear I've seen it.
So I think what they did to get around that is they just cropped it so that it you couldn't tell that they were severed. It was just two fingers.
Ah, gotcha.
Actually, I there's a song by Mudvayne that's like on the Saw 2 soundtrack. Like it's on Spotify as like Saw 2 soundtrack song. And I was like, I love this song. And I'm trying to find it in the movie, and I'm like, this song isn't in the movie. And then the credits roll, and then it's the first song. I'm like, in the credits? That's when you guys are gonna play it. So the soundtrack's good for that one song in it, but
And Jigsaw's puppet was originally controlled by a fishing line in the original movie, and then the crew had a larger budget for the second film, so they decided to completely redo the puppet and make it mechanically controlled this time around.
Okay, fair
Still
enough.
creepy as fuck.
the puppet was only in that scene where the police are going up the stairs, and he
Yeah.
kind of rolls out for like half a second, and then yeah, that's that's it. See you later.
Well, before we get into ratings, don't forget to hit us up at No More Late Fees on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Threads, and Blue Sky. And Brandon, what is your present day rating of Saw 2?
5 day rental still. I think that the first one is like perfect. It changed the genre altogether. So I think I can't rate it above the first one. So 5 day rental still.
Jackie?
Same 5-day rental. Nothing wrong with this movie. I enjoyed it, except
No.
for the needle pit. I had to fast forward, but other than that, very enjoyable. And like I hadn't seen it in so long, I was like, I forgot they end up in the bathroom.
Hmm.
Danielle.
Me? Same day. Okay, so here's the thing. What I'm learning in this horror journey that you guys are dragging me through on this podcast is that I don't hate horror. I find it fun to be scared. I think it's more like I have to be in a certain environment and I have to feel safe and want to feel kind of fun. I do not like this genre of horror, like body horror
Hmm.
and the blood. Like it's unnecessary to me. I definitely like, even though this is mental, right? Like you're fucking with people's minds.
Right.
I do love a vampire film. I love 13 Ghosts. I feel like it could have been a little bit more scary at times. I love like a serial killer chasing you around, slashers and stuff. So I'm starting to learn what I do like,
Hmm.
be pushing myself in this, but this is not it. Like if I never have to see this again, I'll be so happy.
And like for me personally, the Saw movies are not scary.
No, they're not. I never thought they were. I
Yeah.
always thought they were scary. But when we watched that first one, I was laughing. I was like, y'all have to be fucking kidding me. All these years, the way y'all talked about, and when I say y'all, I mean the collective
Right.
talk, the collective about this movie. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, this is dumb as fuck. Are you guys kidding me? And when I watched this one, I was like, yeah, this is still dumb. But that
Yeah.
again, it's just my personal opinion. If you
Yeah.
guys love whoever loves this, it's just not my jam, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like I love that
This
for
movie
y'all.
was not made for you.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was not, and that's okay.
I feel like what makes Saw so special, I guess the word is that when it came out, it was like peak movie theater movie. This is a
Yeah.
movie that like you have to go watch it in the theaters in a full auditorium of
Yeah.
people because the traps, you're going for the traps only. You can watch this movie on mute and still appreciate it. Like
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
just all of the traps are what people are in it for. Like they really keep that theme of like every movie, the opening scene is like, what trap are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And you want to get to the theaters to really see it. So I think that's what makes it good is like there's no movie that has traps that are like Saw traps at all. And even though all the ones towards the end are pretty bad, the traps are, still make it worth the watch.
Yeah. Agreed.
Definitely. Well, we have a question for our listeners. What is the scariest or most creative trap in the entire Saw franchise? So we're not even limiting you to our time frame. Hit us up with your answers 909-601-6653. You can call and leave a message or text in on that number. You can twat us at the Twitter, hem us at the threads, butterfly in the sky at blue sky, and you could be featured on a future episode.
And spooky season continues as we take on Stir of Echoes next week, so don't miss it.
And Brandon, thank you for coming on and sharing Saw
Thank
with
you guys.
us.
Yes.
That was super fun. It's
Thanks,
one of my
little
favorite movies. I'm so happy to be able to talk about it.
thanks, little bro.
Thank you guys.
You need to share your short list of horror movies that you want to subject Danielle to in our time frame so we can.
Yeah, we're picking for next year.
Oh,
If you have time,
yeah.
I don't know what La
Yeah.
Bebe, you may be
Yeah.
too
I
tired.
know, I
Or it'll
know.
be
But
your
I
one
can,
like mental break.
Yeah.
if there's one movie that you guys do, Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2000 or 2001 is so good. It's like one of the few great remakes of like classic horror films.
I
Okay.
just put you down for it. So when we make our
Please
list,
do.
we'll probably be reaching out.
Awesome.
And as always, be kind and rewind.